Human rights are standards that recognize and protect the dignity of all human beings. They apply regardless of where you are from, what you believe, or how you choose to live your life. Businesses can impact our lives as employees, customers, and citizens. Sometimes these impacts can be positive, such as through employment, investment in infrastructure, and contribution to sustainable development. But they can be negative too. For example, if a business causes harm to the health and well-being of people through pollution, environment degradation, or other failures to safety. Or if a business's production process causes depletion or contamination of water sources that local communities depend on. Within a business, if working conditions are unsafe or unhealthy, workers are forced, underpaid, or discriminated, then these too can be classified as an abuse of human rights. We all depend on our environment. A safe, clean, healthy, and sustainable environment is integral for us to live our lives. However, when a business pollutes the environment or makes a negative impact on the rights of its employees, contract workers, customers, workers across their supply chains, communities in the radius of its operations, and the end users of its products or services, it infringes on our right to a safe and healthy environment. Failure to uphold human rights standards have a detrimental effect on achieving sustainable development for businesses and the country as a whole. Over the last decade, expectations and operations of businesses with respect to their social and environmental impacts have evolved significantly in Sri Lanka. Despite these positive developments, many businesses still do not take their human rights responsibilities seriously. From a study done of Sri Lanka's top 50 publicly listed companies, it was noted that only 1/3 of them are taking concrete steps to ensure human rights are respected in their operations. Businesses that don't respect human rights face increasing operational risks, disrupted supply chains, operating shutdowns, lost business opportunities, and an inability to recruit and retain the best employees. While businesses that respect human rights see their reputation enhanced and become an institution that individuals want to work for and invest in. Businesses can fulfill their responsibilities by adhering to the UN Guiding Principles on Business and Human Rights. These principles not only outline a state's duty to protect human rights, but also clarify businesses' role in respecting human rights by identifying and addressing human rights impacts across the business, including supply chains, and provide remedy to those who have been negatively impacted by business operations. The guiding principles don't make unrealistic or complex demands of what businesses should or shouldn't do. They are simply a set of voluntary guidelines to enable businesses to act with responsibility. Sri Lanka is now a middle-income country with one of the fastest growing economies in the Asia-Pacific region, yet our environment is suffering. To stay ahead of the curve and have a greater competitive edge, we must start rethinking our perspective of doing business and how this impacts the environment around us. Not just within our business, but through entire supply chains. From the source of the raw material to the final destination of the product. If we are to bring out the true potential of this country and sustainably develop to meet a green economy, we must recognize the relationship between human rights and the environment and ensure that people's right to a safe and healthy environment is realized now and for future generations.